Inside Politics, our guest today is mayoral candidate Howard Gentry. Howard, when you talk about the concern about rising violent crime in Nashville, is it because the police department's not doing their job? Is there something they're not doing they should be doing?
No, I think the police department is doing a great job. But as I stated earlier, the violent crimes that we're looking at, police department I mean, I don't know how they get out in front of that. Enforcement is not going to do it. Yes, they could drive around the communities more, but if somebody has their mind set to murder someone, I don't know that the police will see that mindset. And so here's my deal. Nashville is really one big community. It's one big neighborhood. We call it north, south, east, and west, but the reality is it is one big community. There are areas of Nashville that people don't want to live in, people don't want to go to because it is dangerous in their minds. If we could make the entire community a better community, if we could make it a safer community, then people could spread out within the Nashville community. Housing would not be as big a problem. Traffic would not be as big a problem because people would not be leaving downtown and just going one direction. They'll be going four directions. So it's a situation that's bigger than just violent crime. It's about the quality of life.
You say we need to cut down on illegal guns.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need to cut down on illegal guns. And that's one thing we could do as it relates to enforcement. But the rest of it is about the community, and the community is ready. If you don't know it, they are ready, and they are now coming together and really making a push to save our kids and our communities.
Now, moving on to what happened in the city this week, the Mayor Dean lost 3 major capital programs, building projects he wanted to move forward with both the flood wall from downtown being taken out of the capital improvements budget, along with moving the police headquarters to Jefferson Street and moving the jail out to Antioch. Is there a lesson in here for the new mayor for how you need to do business that might be different to make sure that doesn't happen in your administration? Well,
you know, hindsight's always 20/20, and that's why you have hindsight. There's definitely a lesson, and that is you have to bring the community in on the front end. This is a different world we live in now, and people are connected to technology. They're more involved in their community. They're more involved in the future for their children, their grandchildren. So everything matters, and it's important that the community is in on the front end.
Do you plan to move ahead on any of those 3 projects when you become mayor?
I plan to discuss the projects when I become mayor, especially the police station and the jail.
Now, there was some talk about the police station going to Jefferson Street that somehow it was going to increase racial profiling. Do you believe the Metro Police do racial profiling?
Well, yes. I believe everybody does profiling. We as a society do profiling, so I won't just cue it in on the police. That's just a human thing that we do. And so the bottom line is, I don't know that the police department will do more profiling because it's on Jefferson Street, but what I do know is that it's a missed opportunity to put it on Jefferson Street and not have a larger comprehensive plan for the community that will allow people to stay in their homes and feel safe and feel comfortable that a police station is there.
Now let's move on to education. Several recent mayors have prided themselves as being education mayors. Are you going to be the same, and what will you do in terms of improving the quality of education in Nashville?
Well, I have to be an education mayor because I know that it creates opportunities, and opportunities are what makes life better for all people. All 4 of my daughters either have attended public school, graduated from public school, or still there in public school. I attended public school, graduated from Pearl High School, and so my family, we're all educators. My degree's in education, so education's important. I serve on the Foundation for Public Education, Alignment Nashville, so it is important. As it relates to our schools, yes, I'm going to be a mayor that is going to be supportive of the public schools, but also supportive of entities outside of the schools that can make the schools better.
Would that be charter schools? Mayor Dean's been a big supporter of charter schools.
Charter schools are public schools. I'm talking about entities outside, such as of the Foundation for Public Education. I'm talking about nonprofits that can go into communities where we have 70% of our children in our public schools living at or below the poverty rate. We can go into those communities, make their lives better, lives for their families and their parents better, and then they become better students and better citizens.
This next education question may be a little delicate. Your former wife, Sharon, is the chairman of the Metro School Board. She's leading the search for a new director for schools. Are you pleased with how the board is conducting that search, or should the board wait now until the new mayor is already in office to allow that person to be directly involved?
I've always said it didn't matter to me if the school board director was hired prior to me coming in. The matter of fact, when Jesse Register was hired, a lot of people in the community were not in favor of that hire, and he turned out to do a good job. As it relates to the search, it's not the search that I might not be pleased with, but maybe other people's reactions to it, and I think she's doing a great job, and I think they'll get a great superintendent.
Howard Gentry is our guest. He's a candidate for mayor this summer in Nashville. Back to continue our conversation on the other side of these messages. Stay with us.